Okay, now let's go across to some politics now. Well, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is scheduled to meet the Prime Minister in the national capital today. This meeting is going to be their first since the BJP came to power. The Prime Minister's office has fixed the time of the meeting at 4:30. The two leaders are expected to discuss the issues faced by the state, especially the ongoing financial crisis. However, the BJP's National Secretary Kailash Vijaywargiya has termed the meeting as Mamata's last-ditch bid to save the former police chief Rajeev Kumar, who's been involved in the Sharoda chit fund scheme. Now, during a 3-day visit to the capital, Mamata Banerjee is also expected to hold meetings with other political party leaders as well.
I do not know what I'll speak because it don't look nice to speak anything before the discussion. It's a courtesy meet. I'm going, it's my routine duty because there is a constitutional obligation in every government. Delhi government, central government is elected government, state government is also elected government. So this is our obligation, social obligation and constitutional obligation to meet each other, to work for the country.
Okay, Payal, the stage seems to have been set by the BJP of one of confrontation. When Kailash Vijaywargiya and many others say that she's only doing this because she wants to save her skin, and especially Rajeev Kumar case, can one expect some kind of bonhomie between the two of them then?
You know, Mamata Banerjee is coming out all the way to Delhi to meet the Prime Minister, even on the face of it if she's calling it a courtesy meeting. But we do know that she's going to be discussing a number of key issues, including the current economic crisis. She's also going to be discussing the issues like, privatization of Air India, something that her party has very vocally been raising, all through the parliament session as well. She may also speak to him about, the change name that has been proposed by the Bengal Assembly, which has already been passed in terms of a resolution of changing the name of West Bengal to Bangla. These are the things that are officially being said that she might be discussing. But, whether or not she discusses the issues like Rajeev Kumar, because there is many speculation saying that, probably she's reaching out to the central government in a last-ditch effort, probably understanding that, the news is certainly tightening around Rajeev Kumar. And if Rajeev Kumar is supposed to open his mouth and, speak about the facts, then probably that is going to lead to a lot of trouble for Mamata Banerjee and some of the leaders in her party as well. So that's the buzz which is doing the rounds in the Bengal media, clearly stating that this is nothing but an eyewash, calling it a courtesy meeting. Most definitely, people in Bengal, especially the BJP, has been saying Pallavi, that she wants to meet the Prime Minister, meet the central government so that, she can, in fact, look out for at least some sort of a relief when it comes to the pending arrest of Rajeev Kumar, who's lost all kind of protection, at least legally as far as that is concerned. As far as the bonhomie between Mamata Banerjee and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is concerned, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the past has also said that Mamata Banerjee has been very courteous towards him, has been sending him sweets, has been sending him kurtas. It's very interesting, Pallavi, because yesterday was the birthday of the Prime Minister. We also told from our sources that Mamata Banerjee did fly in special sweets from Bengal to be sent to the Prime Minister. In fact, that was sent to the Prime Minister's residence yesterday. But, will she carry anything with her today? Of course, she'll be carrying flowers, is what we are told, when she goes to meet the Prime Minister. Will she be carrying the famous kurtas? That is something which remains to be seen. And how does that meeting really go about is going to be important in the coming days with the developments, especially around the Narada and the Sharoda scam.
That's right. But also the fact remains, as far as West Bengal politics is concerned, if there's anyone breathing down her neck, it is the BJP. Wouldn't the BJP take full advantage of the nuances of that meeting which takes place? I mean, I'm sure there's a thought to why Kailash Vijaywargiya is saying what he is.
The BJP definitely is breathing down the neck of Mamata Banerjee in the Trinamool Congress, and you have the assembly polls also, which are going to happen in the next year and a half. That is something which Mamata is very precarious about. She knows that the BJP is applying all its power and might and doing whatever they can in the state of West Bengal. But, like we said, that, the political issues kept aside, but this is a meeting between the Prime Minister and the elected Chief Minister of a state. So, that's part of the federal structure. That is exactly what Mamata Banerjee has been saying, but no doubt whatsoever in anybody's mind that the Bengal BJP will certainly keep a very close eye on this particular meeting and say that, all that claim by Mamata Banerjee saying that she does not respect, the Prime Minister, she would not want the central government interfering in anything to do with her state. And now, rushing to meet the Prime Minister over certain issues is something that she definitely want to keep their eye open on. The West Bengal unit is definitely not going to spare any opportunity to hit out at Mamata Banerjee or probably, to taunt her after this meeting with the Prime Minister.
Okay, thank you very much, Payal. That meeting is going to take place at 4:30 p.m. today. Let's see what she has to say once she comes out of that meeting. Well, we're going to shift focus but stay with politics in the country. But here we're going to talk about the Union Cabinet meeting, which is in fact just about to begin. It's likely to ban the sale of e-cigarettes, which are also popularly known as vapes. The prohibition of the e-cigarettes ordinance 2019 was recently examined by a group of ministers following directions from the Prime Minister's office. Following a proposal from the Health Ministry, an ordinance was readied, which is all set to get a green signal in this meeting. The draft ordinance seeks to prohibit the sale, manufacturing, transport, export, import, distribution of advertisement of e-cigarettes by imposing fines on the violators. However, opinion remains divided about the effectiveness of the move. Health experts, of course, support. A section of the tobacco farmers and merchants oppose this ban.
Representatives of the industry say that there should be regulation of e-cigarettes, as is in the case of the UK, Canada, China, even in the EU. There should be proper regulation and not ban, because eventually a ban is not something that's going to work. In fact, e-cigarettes are environment friendly. Also, they help in help people in quitting smoking altogether. The combustible smoking is what I'm referring to right now. This is some of the arguments that is being presented by members of the industry, but the Health Ministry is not buying any of this. In fact, the Health Ministry is banked heavily on a white paper which has been prepared by the Indian Council of Medical Research that in fact has looked at various studies and put together some data that shows that e-cigarettes are in fact not effective in harm reduction. That's something that the industry is talking about. Also, e-cigarettes in fact have a negative and a bad impact on health. Again, this is going to lead to creation of a new sort of a health epidemic. It's another headache that the Health Ministry will have to then deal with. Hence the reason for a complete ban. The ordinance, of course, is ready. Penalties up to 50,000 rupees, imprisonment up to 6 months in jail if one is found storing, selling, importing, exporting e-cigarettes in the country. Now, the other side of the story is that a group of farmers would say that this is only going to help them eventually because it encourages tobacco production in that sense.
Okay, but not just in India, but world over, health concerns are being raised about e-cigarettes, that's vaping, which have been recorded, for example, in 36 states in the United States of America, with 6 deaths and nearly 400 hospitalizations. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has activated the emergency operations team to tackle the nationwide health threat.
It's supposed to be a healthy alternative to cigarettes, right? Well, it turns out it's a killer.
Illinois Senator Dick Durbin, one of several senators demanding online marketplaces like eBay, Craigslist, and Alibaba stop selling e-cigarettes and vaping products to teens, calling eBay's response to remove the products, quote, lackluster at best.
5 million high school students across the United States are using vaping products.
Lung disease cases linked to vaping in 36 states have prompted the CDC to activate its Emergency Operations Center, which will help strengthen the response to the health threat vaping is causing across the U.S.
That's how serious this conversation is.
California, one of the 6 states with vaping-related deaths, is now imposing stricter age verification requirements for tobacco products sold online or by mail, and is launching a $20 million digital and social media campaign aimed at educating people about the dangers of vaping.
We're going to focus our marketing campaigns targeting this epidemic of vaping.
Okay, so there's more news and updates coming up, but after a break, do log on to news18.com in the meanwhile.